tassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
In 1987, an international gathering in Bodh Gaya, India, site of the Buddha's enlightenment, broke the deafening silence that surrounded the issue of women in Buddhism. In contrast to the Buddha's revolutionary message of social equality, women in Buddhist societies do not always enjoy equal status or opportunities. Despite his affirmation of women's equal spiritual potential, today's Buddhist women seldom enjoy a voice in traditional Buddhist institutions. In 1987, an international gathering in Bodh Gaya, India, began to address these concerns, and a Buddhist Women's Alliance was born. The organization was christened Sakyadhita, Daughters of the Buddha. Today, Sakyadhita has over 1,800 members and strives to promote the welfare of the world's ever-increasing population of over 290 million Buddhist women. There are branches of Sakyadhita around the world. In North America, Europe, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Thailand, Nepal, and Ladakh. Every 2 years, an international conference is held to meet and discuss issues of interest to Buddhist women. Since the first conference in Bodh Gaya, Sakyadhita has held international conferences in Thailand, Sri Lanka, Ladakh, and in smaller gatherings all over the world. At these gatherings, women have discussed their role in one of the world's oldest religions and how that role can be expanded. This year, 125 laywomen and nuns from 24 countries, joined by Buddhist monks and laymen from various countries, gathered for the 5th International Conference on Buddhist Women at Wat Onolom, Cambodia's most sacred temple. Cambodia, with its long, rich Buddhist history, is currently a culture in transition, recovering from a bloody 25-year civil war which took nearly 2 million lives and profoundly affected the lives of all Cambodians, particularly women. Because the casualties included most of Cambodia's intellectuals, Buddhist leaders, and temples, this recovery has been a slow, difficult process. Therefore, the Cambodian people were delighted that Sakyadita chose their country as the site of the 5th Sakyadita conference and showered the delegates with warm hospitality. Her Majesty Norodom Myrnet Sihanouk, the Queen of the Kingdom of Cambodia, hosted the opening ceremony at the Royal Palace in Phnom Penh, personally welcoming Cambodia's leading monks, the international diplomatic community, and Buddhist women leaders from all around the world. She expressed hope that international conferences such as Sakyadita's would not only help increase interest in Cambodia, but it would also help preserve and propagate Cambodian Buddhism. The topic of Sakyadita's conference in Phnom Penh was Women in Buddhism, Unity and Diversity. The program included meditations, panel discussions, interactive workshops, small group discussions, and cultural performances. The presentations reflected the wide variety of cultures, philosophies, practice traditions, and lifestyles among women involved in Buddhism. Women raised in traditional Buddhist cultures may express their spirituality differently from Western women attracted to Buddhism as philosophy or psychology. Asian and Western women may even differ on what it means to be a Buddhist. Yet in discussing the benefits of meditation, they find common ground. Coming from different cultures and economic strata, speakers viewed some issues from completely different perspectives. Often the issues are not merely about making religious choices, but are informed by economic and cultural factors.
We don't have much time to study Buddhism or something. Religion to us is very tradition. We call these monks for our traditional things, like at the time of birth, at the time of any ceremony, at the time of marriage, at the time of death. We just call all the monks, sometimes 40, sometimes 50. We feed them. We pay some money to them at the end of the day. For whole the day they make some puja, and that's all for us. That's religion for us.
We have a different attitude to sexuality due to our cultural differences.
This conference helps to place Cambodian Buddhism within the efforts to reinstate and restore the fundamental respect for women's spiritual capacities that characterized the Buddha's own regard for women.
So the questions I'm interested in are how should we relate to the media? Are we victims or shapers? How do we deal with what we see as misrepresentations? And what message do we as women want to put across in a world of violence, war, and consumer madness?
I feel I'm very fortunate to be born as a Buddhist in a Buddhist country where Buddhism is very much alive and valued like Cambodian society.
Cultural exchanges included Cambodian dance, songs from Assam, and traditional Hawaiian dances and chants. As we near the new millennium, women are exploring ways to integrate Buddhism more fully into their daily lives, with partners, children, friends, and work. Practicing together, they are discovering how Buddhism can help correct social injustices, particularly against women and children.
Tolerance is never tolerance of abuse. It's never tolerance of oppression. It's never tolerance of deception.
Activism for many women can be a very helpful way to help them feel more empowered and to do some things to not only break their own silence, but to change the society.
ដូចជាស្ត្រីដទៃទៀតទូទាំងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងនេះដែលរងគ្រោះតែឆ្នាំ96នេះខ្ញុំជួយធ្វើការក្នុងធម្មយាត្រា
Traditionally, the moral message was taught by our mothers who told us stories and shaped us with the kind of pictures that we saw.
My name is Dara and this is my picture. Bravo, the sun, and inside the sun.
Through dance, Trina Nanmiho illustrated the plight of 200,000 Korean women, most of them Buddhist, forced into sexual servitude during the Japanese occupation of their country. Her new piece, Free Tibet, voices the hope of ending Chinese oppression in Tibet. Her aim is to encourage religious women everywhere to work together for world peace through compassionate social action. An ongoing issue that dates from the time of Buddha himself is women's position within Buddhism. As Buddhism travels west, this issue again comes to the fore. The Buddha's hesitation to admit women to the order and the 8 special rules imposed upon them touched off lively debate.
The Buddha launched the first women's liberation movement in the world. He stated that men and women are intellectually, spiritually equal. He showed that he really believed in this by admitting women to his order of nuns just 5 years after monks entered his order.
In the nature of the mind, there is no male and female, first of all. The Buddha himself said that women were totally, indisputably capable of enlightenment, and throughout Buddhist history there have been so many cases of enlightened women. In addition, this lifetime female, next lifetime male, next lifetime female, who knows? All males have been females, all females have been male.
One begins to wonder whether the original statement of the Buddha that the sasana would last only 500 years due to the ordination of women is really that of the all-knowing Buddha.
Now the third level is the social stereotypes. Women have bad karma, women are polluted, women are maternal. This is supposed to be a positive image, but at the same time, the stereotype says women are maternal, but they are very attached. Because of their maternal instinct, they are attached to their families, and because of that, they are the symbol of samsara, because they are the vessel for reproduction.
For the girls, for a long time, it has been not going to a nunnery or meditation center and become a nun, but for the girl it had been the ear piercing ceremony. There is also, it's more and more fashionable for young women to ordain as a nun for some period of time and then go back to lay life. So nowadays when you walk through the streets of Rangoon, you will come across young ladies with almost a bald head.
So when I wanted to go and study with the monks, they very much discourage us in the society because we are nuns, supposed to keep away from man, so they don't want us to get mixed with them. So in the society, they don't like it.
Mostly in every temple where they have preschool, it's run by the nun. Rural area, mostly. Because monks they always think that women are good in take care of children. So of course the nun has to take care of that.
Women who enter the religious life in Cambodia enter it as donchis, taking 5, 8 or 10 precepts, wearing black and white or white, not being fully ordained and receiving little or no support for their communities and or temples. The person who donates something to them acquires no merit for donating beyond what would accrue from donating to any beggar or poor person.
In Ladakh, we do have more than 400 nuns, and the number of monks is around 3,000. The nuns are very badly neglected by the society, and then they have to work hard a lot in the family houses as a maid servant.
And the women question is a part of this. Some people are leaving their religion of birth because as women, they do not feel comfortable, respected, honored, and rewarded.
In countries where women have access to full ordination, Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam, they hold respected positions in society. In countries where they do not, Burma, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, the position of nuns is ambiguous. Without equal recognition by society, nuns receive little respect or economic support. With limited awareness of their own spiritual potential, they are often found cooking and cleaning for monks.
I would like to introduce the ordination of Korean bhikkhuni. bhikkhuni, Buddhist nun. It takes more than 6 years.
We have our ordination in the Chinese traditions, which was brought from Sri Lanka during the 5th centuries. So we have 348 precepts, and we follow according to the Theravada tradition, except that we add more. Because Theravada have 311, we have 348. We add some more rules, and we follow accordingly.
Even we are full ordained bhikkhuni in Nepal, we are just staying as a 10 precept nun. We didn't tell anybody that we are a bhikkhunis because we are afraid of monks. And
this tradition, for over 1,000 years, the bhikkhus alone were the masters. So I think we will give more time and go slowly at it, because it is not easy to break through tradition. As for me, I found that the monks who were around us were supportive, in fact encouraging. When I was reluctant myself against bhikkhuni ordination is done by a few monks who are heard over the radio, over the mass media.
In the 4th century after Christ, the first ever history book was written by women, by Buddhist nuns, called Deepavansa.
Despite tremendous opposition from some quarters, Sakyadhita members have campaigned fearlessly for women's right to higher ordination. Due to the dedicated efforts of women inspired by the first Sakyadhita conference in 1987, the higher ordination for women is now becoming a reality. Due in part to the bold initiatives of Bhikkhuni Kusuma and others, 50 more Theravada nuns received full ordination in Bodh following the conference. After the conference, delegates visited Angkor Wat and the magnificent monuments surrounding it. Built between the 9th and 12th centuries, these monuments exhibited both Buddhist and Hindu cultural influences borrowed from India. Angkor Wat is considered one of the 7 wonders of the world, surviving both foreign colonization and the ravages of civil war. Buddhism was outlawed and almost obliterated by the Khmer Rouge in the 1970s. Now, against tremendous odds, the Cambodian people are struggling to recover and revitalize their Buddhist heritage. Cambodian Buddhism is noted for gracefully blending new influences into existing ones. This pluralistic approach may be the key to Buddhism's survival in modern times. Peace in Cambodia is still fragile, however, and every step into the future poses challenges requiring courage, vision, and much hard work. Following the tour to Angkor, a number of delegates visited Cambodian nuns' communities to learn more about their lives. Facilitated by Chan Sobamvi, Executive Director of the Cambodian Association of Donchis and Laywomen, dialogue focused on meditation, ordination, and the need for Buddhist education and training programs for women. Through this friendly sharing of experiences, the women discovered their common ground as Buddhists and as women, as well as their variety. Buddhist women often live in very different worlds. Whether in Asia or the West, some live lives of privilege, while others face realities of poverty, violence, and overwhelming loss. Forging alliances among Buddhist women of vastly different backgrounds and experiences has been a goal of Sakyadhita since its inception. The Buddhist women's movement is not concerned only with gaining women's rights, but with optimizing women's spiritual potential. The Buddha affirmed women's equal spiritual potential, so the aim is to skillfully remove whatever obstacles prevent women from realizing that potential. The ultimate goal is the spiritual awakening of the world, and the first step is awakening the women. In the end, it was clear that Buddhist women, determined and united, can make great changes, because social status, religious growth, economic strength, and political power are all tied into access. Education is crucial to this process. With wisdom, compassion, courage, solidarity, and patience, Buddhist women have the power to transform outmoded attitudes toward women. Ensuring women's right to personal spiritual development will spiritually liberate millions of women to work for social transformation and world peace.
So I hope in future, with the help of you all, with your moral support, so that we can have something for women to achieve a higher ordination, where these people can live in the community, to have a systematic education, where nuns can have, we have the future nuns teacher, where we can have a systematic retreat center, where nuns can guide the nuns and women to go through the same channel as monks. So we need your support. Thank you.
Namah